Good Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this chilly but sunny Tuesday, the 20th of January 2015. And skies across the region this morning are either clear to partly cloudy, just a few broken ceilings around the region. The winds are out of the northwest at about 10 miles per hour or less. There's still a few gusts out on Montauk Point and also at Kennedy Airport this morning, and the pressures continue to rise as high pressure is in control of the forecast region. And temperatures are basically running into the low and mid 30s. There's a few exceptions. Interior northwestern New Jersey at Andover is 25 and rising, 27 at Toms River, 26 at Atlantic City, where it was able to radiate a little bit earlier than with clear skies overnight and light winds. And the water vapor channel this morning shows just a few minimal disturbances here racing from west to east from the Great Lakes to northern New England. There's one disturbance here entering western Pennsylvania, western New York here off the lakes is providing a little bit of lift here and a little bit more cloud cover here just to our west. Here is our channelized Fort Max. It is our clipper system for Wednesday and Wednesday night. It's channelized. There's an area here and another area here in the vorticity maximums. It means that this is not really that strong yet, but it may turn the corner, and as this trough axis amplifies off the east coast, it probably is going to produce a swath of some light snow here, especially southern New Jersey through the Delmarva tomorrow night. Morning surface chart from WeatherONoak.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows a couple of Fort Maxes here along the Arctic front, which is slicing through in New York State and Pennsylvania this morning. It's become nearly stationary as the Fort Max moves through, so there would be somewhat an increasing cloud cover across certain portions, mainly northern portions for today. Dry conditions. And basically for the entire forecast region, as this Fort Max will probably dissipate as it reaches the east coast with very little lifting and very little mechanisms for precipitation on the coast. Meanwhile, we have a channelized Fort Max towards the Dakotas here out into the Midwest. This is kind of strung out, and this will be our approaching clipper for tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night. Morning pass of the visible satellite imagery shows a little bit more cloud cover here across northeastern Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey. Other than that, skies are either partly cloudy to clear. There's a little bit of moisture content here across in the water vapor channel across northeastern Pennsylvania with that Fort Max, a little bit of lift. Everything else to the west of it is pretty dry for today. And we're not really showing much in the way of precipitation. We do show some precipitation breaking out here across the Great Lakes and moving into the Ohio Valley. And a lot of this will probably be dissipating before it reaches the ground here in the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metropolitan area. Watches, warnings, and advisories for the central and east ends of Long Island out to Cape Cod. Here we have small craft advisories until 10 this morning for west winds at 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. For the aviational weather deck today, more VFR than not. Alto cumulus clouds around the region with a high pressure system retreating the region. Winds will be light out of the west or southwest early and then veer to the northwest during the morning and remain northwest in the afternoon. A weak trough or front will clear the region during tonight. That's the one we just showed you. The main impact will be to veer the winds back to the north at less than about 10 knots. During the evening, and there will be no significant weather, but it's likely for cirrus level ceilings to develop overnight and lower to the mid levels toward Wednesday morning as that trough and clipper approaches the region. On Wednesday and Thursday, VFR to start Wednesday, then lowering MVFR by evening. A quick moving system should result in a period of snow from about midday Wednesday through midday through the evening hours. And there is a potential for some mixed precipitation rain to occur from Philadelphia south and east. The visibility should lower to MVFR and IFR during times of snow or a mix, and there is the potential for a couple of inches of snow to accumulate at the terminals. With the main impact occurring Wednesday afternoon and evening, the conditions are expected to improve to VFR Thursday, although the ceiling may remain, and Friday and Saturday VFR with high pressure generally in control. Right now we have VFR conditions just about everywhere at Newark International, 33, dew point 21, humidity 61%. The wind is north at about 8, northwest at 8. Mostly cloudy with scattered clouds at 25,000, 13,000, and 3,500. And VFR conditions in place with a wind shift today. Philadelphia is also at 32, dew point 25, humidity 75%. The wind is southwest at 6. It's overcast at 12,000, and basically VFR conditions in place. Latest morning run of the high-resolution rapid refresh model takes this disturbance here across the Great Lakes that we showed you on water vapor and satellite imagery this morning. It takes it across and shears it out across Pennsylvania into New Jersey. Could be some light precipitation that may reach the ground. Central and south portions will be scattered and light across the region, then out that goes, and then clear skies overnight tonight, and then an increase of cloud cover. Temperatures today starting out in the 30s, getting into the 40s across central and southern New Jersey and the Philadelphia and Delaware Valley region. Mid and upper 30s to around 40 in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. And then they drop off precipitatively tonight as the cold front comes through and slices through the region with temperatures falling back into the upper 20s and low and mid 30s once again. NAM 4 kilometer precipitation type and cloud forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows that disturbance moving through and then minoring out, just clouds scattered about and then clearing off during this afternoon across the interior sections. Meanwhile, here comes our increase of cloud cover in our clipper across the Great Lakes into the Ohio River Valley tomorrow morning. Begins to minor out and weaken as it transfers its energy to a coastal system. Pressure jump here across and offshore the northern mid-Atlantic coast. An inverted trough is left over and some periods of light snow showers or light snow moving into the area. This trend continues to weaken the system considerably, and so therefore the amounts from the National Weather Service have also been reduced over the last couple of cycle runs across the entire forecast region. And these are the latest forecasted snow totals from the National Weather Service. Generally, if you're living in northwestern New Jersey, the lower Hudson Valley, into New York City Metro proper, and into Long Island, basically 1 or 2 inches is possible, and this could even be on the high end itself. And from the National Weather Service in Mount Holly, these numbers here across northwestern New Jersey have dropped down considerably too. They're in the 1 to 2 inch range across the interior here, central and eastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, out through the coastlines here in Atlantic and parts of Atlantic County anyway, and interior Somerset and Ocean counties here could be where the strongest banding occurs for a brief period of time during Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, producing anywhere from 2 to locally 3 inches of snow. Again, these amounts will be dependent on whether the storm actually tracks a little bit further to the south and east and then falls apart over the interior. So we're not looking at a major snow event here, and some of these areas may not receive much snow, if any, at all. Ann and Nancy Wilson from the rock band Heart back in the 80s did a song called Tell It Like It Is, and I'm going to tell it like it is. The active pattern continues. If we look at the upper level jet stream forecast from the GFS 250 millibar jet stream, we notice one thing. Through the entire forecast period out to the next 10 days, we have a very active polar and jet stream here. So even though we have high amplitude ridging building in across the western United States on Monday, and that we have confluence and convergence here in the stream here across the mid-Atlantic coast states, and as a result, even if we go into the future, all of these, the subtropical jet and the polar jet, all converging here on the mid-Atlantic coast, so everything is transported by very quickly with no blocking in the northern Atlantic and therefore no deep coastal storm systems. And the GFS maps into motion, high pressure. Here comes our weak disturbance here moving through Pennsylvania, the Delmarva region, probably minoring out by the time it reaches the New Jersey coast as it's showing up on the GFS from this morning's run. Absolutely nothing is going to happen here except clouds and then clearing. Here comes our disturbance for tomorrow. Our clipper diving through the Ohio River Valley towards the Delmarva. Could be a little bit of an icy mix here. The precipitation shield continues to build further south with more influence from an inverted trough here than anything else, and the inversion would mean that we're probably going to see a spike of precipitation in the form of snow, and that would be for extreme central and southern New Jersey right through the Delmarva, and very little contribution on the GFS anywhere to the north as the system and the inverted trough here falls apart over the interior with those isolated and scattered snow showers, and the coastal storm system takes off well out into the ocean with no contribution here in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. Only Philadelphia may be getting in on some of that. Then high pressure builds in for the weekend, and cold, dry air in place. Thickness is still at 540 or less here through the Delmarva. Here comes our next coastal system. This is the one we're watching for Sunday. The trend on the models here has been bringing us further inland and closer to the coast. But there's no blocking here over the top, so this means a rainstorm for the coast, and especially from New York City south and east. Could be interior locations if this trend's a little bit colder and closer, where interior sections could see a slight chance of snow or even a period of snow, and that would be on Sunday night and a Monday morning, or Saturday night and Sunday morning. And then this is a little faster. The GFS is faster than European model guidance by about 12 hours or so with this storm. That moves off, and then cold, dry air mass builds in place with gusty winds as this storm deepens out into northeastern Atlantic. Here comes another system, and high pressure once again building in cold air across the region on next Monday. Storm system then evolves across the Carolina coast, and once again out to sea it goes. Don't see any blocking signatures here. Don't see anything that's going to produce an East Coast snowstorm, so more disturbances in the polar stream continue to flow in. Here's another cold front with another clipper disturbance moving through the Great Lakes. Could be providing some isolated snow showers around the region next Wednesday afternoon. That moves off the coast with another area of low pressure, once again out to sea, providing very little interaction between streams and very little disturbances across the region, causing any kind of major snow storms. So yes, it's a progressive pattern and one that is cold, but still see no influences here with major East Coast snowstorms at this time. For everything live, it's Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a pleasant Tuesday. We'll be back on Wednesday morning.